Hey guys, in today's video we'll show you our top quality multi-time frame analysis that no one talks about. So stay tuned. But before we continue, we also want to note that we have a Telegram channel as well, where we post signals and other top quality educational content. So we're a dollar weekly time frame. And as you can see, price ended this week again with indecision candle. It was as high as 1.19 and as low as 1.175 around. So as you can see, we rejected this week our monthly effective resistance and daily effective support as well, and drop even further. So very slow week with no good trade ideas. Like we said in our previous analysis, we expect a breakout, then some rejection and go up. And as you can see, this week we had only small downside movement at the start of the week, and then we go up on Thursday and Friday as well, and then ended on this indecision candle. Considering the bigger picture, for instance, on the weekly time frame, this is a beautiful uptrend with almost no pullback and then consolidation. We of course have a bullish bias on this pair long term, but again, some short-term fluctuations may affect our bias, but we will consider this on the lower time frame, providing you with all scenarios. Because for instance, as you can see on the EURUSD, like we discussed in our previous analysis, so as you can see, uptrend, then consolidation, meaning phase number 2, and then again uptrend. So for now we are in this phase number 2, meaning consolidation. We don't know how long it would be, so we need to keep our eyes on every week to do not miss a great trade opportunity. So as you can see now, we are in the consolidation between two main effective levels, meaning monthly effective resistance and daily effective support, which comes at 1.17, and we have one minor daily level as well at 1.18, as price respected it in the past as well from both sides, what is more, meaning that this level is valid as well. So we have a bullish bias in the long term for the EURUSD on the weekly time frame. So let's go down to the daily. So guys, before we continue, we also would like to share with you our premium group results for the past week. As you can see, we earned 3,335 pips. So very beautiful performance with no losing trades. We have only one break-even trade, and we would like to discuss it. As you can see, we called sell pound Swiss on Friday, and this was the main mistake, as we actually don't like to trade on Friday, and no institutions are entering positions as there is no momentum on the market on Friday. So guys, keep it in mind when you are trading by yourself. But again, back into our performance, as you can see, 3,335 pips with max profit 2,500 pips on Nasdaq. Beautiful call. Again, we trade pair, indexes, commodities. So guys, to learn more and join, go down below in the description. Here's your dollar daily time frame. Guys, one notable item in terms of bullish buys that we have on this pair on the daily time frame. As you can see, once we enter this consolidation, our range was between our monthly effective resistance, which comes at 1.19, and daily effective support, which comes at 1.17. But as you can see, this week and previous week, our consolidation range was a little bit tighter, meaning that now we have a consolidation between our 1.19 effective resistance and 1.18 effective support level. So this tighter consolidation, early bullish sign of a possible breakout of the monthly effective resistance. So guys, this is the most notable item that we could learn from the daily time frame, and for this reason we have the bullish bias on the daily as well. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So let's draw a scanning channel. As you can see, from this top to this, we have our upper trend line, and let's draw our lower trend line. And boom, here it is. What is more, we have one false breakout right here, and second right here. Because as you can see, why this is a false breakout? There's also one notable item as well. As you can see, we break this trend line with almost no momentum, and I would not be surprised if we have a divergence on the RSI, OBV or MACD as well, meaning the losing momentum. As you can see, this break of the daily effective support and the trend line, this is a very high confidence area, and true breakout should be with the momentum. We go through that area with these long weak candles, and then only we have some kind of engulfing. All this tells for us that there is no good momentum. If this breakout was actually true, we would like to see a beautiful rejection and then trend continuation to the downside. But as you can see, price backed to our confluence area where the trend line and the support are lining up with a very big momentum candle. So guys, make sure it as well, because when the pullback comes in one candle, it's not good, and we actually can expect a move higher. And then we go up and target monthly effective resistance. And we close this week with these two candles, rejecting the 50 EMA as well. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame to discuss some specific trade ideas. So here's 1 hour time frame, and guys, we always keep it simple. For this reason, let's discuss our scenarios for the coming week. Again, once we see a bullish steam this week, we would like to confirm it. As always, we draw a trend line right here, and once price breaks this trend line, we enter into the trade, and our first target will be this monthly effective resistance, which comes at 1.19, and the second target also should be considered as the upper trend line. This is what we expect in terms of trend line break. But again, we have a bearish scenario as well, so let's consider it. If price failed to push higher with the momentum, it also drop as well with a beautiful bearish price action. So what we want to see is a bearish engulfing, breaking right to the 50 EMA, right to the trend line, and the daily effective support as well. Only after this, we need to see some pullback to our 1.18 area, and once this pullback will be confirmed and it's actually not a fake breakout, we could easily target our next daily effective support, which comes at 9.17. So let's move on. So pound dollar, and as you can see, we ended this week with massive engulfing bearish momentum candle, breaking right to our monthly effective support as well. So this means for us a strong bearish bias on this pair for the coming week. What is more, we could see that price touched our weekly support and the weekly 50 EMA as well. So for now, we only consider this pair for the short opportunities. So let's go down to the daily. So here's daily, and as you can see, we have this week almost all green candles in a row. And as you can see, this beautiful setup, we have a bearish engulfing and then a long week candle rejecting the 50 EMA, meaning for us that price could potentially reverse and retail traders go long on that candle. But again, since we have very strong momentum and bearish engulfing with almost no wick, this actually was a fake and price stalled only for some period of time. For us it was a day, and then go down. And again we have the same. We have bearish engulfing, breaking right to the 50 EMA as well, and some indecision candle approaching our weekly area. Since it's a weekly effective resistance level, which is a very valid and strong, we would like to monitor price action at this key level on the lower time frames. But for now, we have a bearish bias on the daily time frame for pound dollar as well. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here's 4-hour time frame, and we actually have one scenario that we expect, or even two. So as you can see, price proceeded down with large momentum, and then started to consolidating at a key weekly level due to no momentum on Friday. So we would not be surprised if on Monday we open with the move down, and then we wait for some rejection of our broken weekly level to go short and target at least 1.26 next round number level. But again, for this we would like to see a clear breakout and then a rejection to confirm our bias. What we would like to see in terms of reversal, first let's draw a trend line. So here's our minor trend line, but it's actually very hard to draw an valid trend line when we have the drastic downtrend with almost no pullback and all red candles in a row. So first of all, we would like to see a break of the trend line and then a 50 EMA as well. It would be great if the 50 EMA and the trend line will line up, creating for us a more confident zone. And if the price break it, it would mean for us a clear true breakout. So if this happens, our targets remain the same, meaning this effective monthly level and then this weekly, which is recent swing high as well. So let's move on. So here's USDCAD weekly time frame. And this week we have some bullish momentum on this pair, but as you can see, price touch the area of high confidence where the weekly trend line and the daily effective support are lining up and rejected it with a long wick. But again, we have some bullish price action as well, which we discussed in our strategy video on our channel, so you could easily learn it for free as well. Let's consider it. As you can see, we have 3 red candles in a row in a downtrend, and then we have a bullish candle. So let's measure the 50% of these 3 red candles. As you can see, 50% of the 3 red candles was around right here, and this candle, as you can see, closed well below the 50%. On the lower time frame, it will be signaling for us a trend reversal and we could go long immediately. But again, since it's a weekly time frame and we have some confidence factors on our way, we would like to confirm it more through the multi-time frame analysis and find the best entry on the lower time frame. So let's do this. Like we said, for now we have an indecision bias on the weekly, since we have a drastic downtrend and the price failed to break area of high confidence. But on the other hand, we have a picture perfect shrinking candles showing for us momentum loss and then a bearish momentum, even with this wick which is sticking out. So we have an okay price action reversal setup on that pair on the weekly time frame as well. So let's go down to the daily. So here on the daily, actually we have these candles which is very the same, and one notable item that we can see on the daily is the following. We have a clear lower high right here and a clear lower low right here as well, which means for us a bullish bias on the daily time frame. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So here's 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, price have the rejections of the 50 EMA with a long wick as well. Even we have a multiple rejections, which is bullish. But again, to clear confirmation of our bullish bias, we would like to see a clear breakout right to our daily effective resistance and the weekly trend line. As you can see, when we previously approaching this area with a very big bullish momentum, meaning we have a small candles, then a bigger, and then a bigger. This means for us a rise in momentum on that pair. But boom, price stalled at this area, rejected it multiple times with a long wick candles, and then proceeded down. So the same may happen again once we approach in this area. So to avoid this, let's draw a trend line somewhere right here. And if we see the trend line break, it would act for us as a trigger event to go short. We also would like to see the breakout of the 50 EMA as well. And once we get this breakout, we could easily jump into the short trade and target our 1.30 price level. So let's move on. So here's gold, and again the price stuck in the given consolidation between 2 monthly levels, and we ended this week again on the indecision candle, and we have one more rejection of our monthly effective support as well. So for now we have an indecision bias for this pair for the coming week. Let's go down to the daily. So here's daily, and on the one hand we have a multiple reject with the same low, and we recently have an even with the rejection of the monthly effective support and the 50 EMA area as well, which is very bullish. But again, on the other hand, we have lower high, again lower high, and again lower high. Actually, the price currently forming a triangle pattern, so we would like to closely monitor it on a lower time frame as well. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Here's 4-hour time frame, and let's connect our lower highs. Let's draw a trend line. Boom. We could connect it in that way. As we discussed in our previous analysis, we have only two scenarios. If the price breaks the trend line, we could easily go long and target at least the top of the trend line. If we see a bearish momentum and a breakout, we again waiting for a pullback to confirm it and go down. If the second scenario will happen, please follow our free Telegram group where we issue a signal for you with the clear entries, stop loss, and take profits. Gold for now is very boring, and we would like to see a clear price action to confirm our directional bias, bullish or bearish. Let's move on to the US oil. So here's US oil weekly time frame, and as you can see, our drastic downtrend was continued this week, and we dropped more. What is more, we called the signal on our free Telegram and our paid premium as well to short US oil at the start of the week, and as you can see, this beautifully proceeded down, making a lot of profits for traders who follow us. So make sure you go down below in the description and join our free Telegram group, or if you want to give more signals and more advanced trading, join our premium community as well. So here on the US oil we have our bias remained unchanged, and we have a bearish bias on the weekly time frame as well. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame to look for possible trade entries. And here it is. We have our resistance. So as always, we would like to draw a trend line, and so once we see a clear breakout of the trend line, we go short. And for the take profits, we firstly would like to target the bottom of the trend line. But again, for more detailed stop losses and take profits and our entries, again, follow our Telegram group where we issue a setup or a signal once we see a breakout of the structure level and good trade entry. So guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Telegram channel. If you want to learn more about premium, contact our support team as well, and see you next week.